everyone. Welcome back to Fluentx English. Oh my goodness, I am so excited about today's topic, Mike. You have no idea.
Oh, I can see that, Sarah. And hello, everyone. Great to have you here with us again. I'm Mike.
And I'm Sarah. And guys, before we jump into today's session, can I just say something? Last week, I was at this birthday party, right? And there were maybe 15 people sitting around this big table.
Oh no, I know where this is going.
And Mike, I swear, I felt like I was watching a tennis match. My head was going left, right. I had no clue when to speak, what to say, and honestly, I just sat there smiling like a statue or something.
See, this is exactly why today's topic is so important. Because let me tell you something, you're not alone, Sarah. Literally, millions of English learners face this exact same situation every single day.
Right? And the frustrating part is, you know English, you can speak English, but somehow in a group, it's like your brain just freezes.
Exactly. So today, we're diving deep into something super practical. How to talk in group conversations without getting lost. And trust me, by the end of this masterclass, you'll have real strategies, real techniques that actually work.
And we're not going to give you boring textbook advice, okay? This is real stuff that we've learned, we've experienced, and we know works in actual social situations.
Absolutely. Now, before we get started, if you're new here, welcome. We're so glad you found us. And if you've been with us for a while, you know what to do. Go ahead and hit that like button. It really helps us out.
Yes, and subscribe if you haven't already, because we drop new English learning videos every single day. Every single day, guys. We're committed to helping you become confident, fluent English speakers.
All right, so deep breath, everyone. Let's jump right in.
Okay, so Mike, let's start with the elephant in the room. Why do group conversations feel so scary? What's actually happening in our brains?
That's a great question. You know what? I think the biggest issue is we put too much pressure on ourselves. We walk into a group conversation thinking, oh God, I need to say something smart. I need to sound perfect. I can't make mistakes.
Oh, absolutely. It's like we forget that conversations are supposed to be natural, you know? They're supposed to flow.
Exactly. And here's the thing. Native speakers, they mess up too. All the time. We interrupt each other, we say and we forget words, we change topics randomly.
Wait, you're saying native speakers aren't perfect? No way.
I'm dead serious. Last week, my friend Tom, we were having dinner with 6 people, and he literally forgot the word for fork. He was like, hey, pass me that, the thing you eat with.
No, that's hilarious.
Right? And everyone just laughed, and someone said fork, and we moved on. No one judged him. No one thought he was stupid. That's real conversation.
Okay, so mindset shift number 1, stop expecting perfection from yourself. Got it. But Mike, there's another problem. The speed. Group conversations move so fast.
Oh man, yes, this is huge. See, in a one-on-one conversation, there's a rhythm, right? You talk, I listen, I talk, you listen. But in a group, 5 people might be talking at the same time.
Exactly. And you're sitting there thinking, wait, what are they talking about now? Didn't we just talk about pizza? Why are we suddenly discussing someone's cat?
That's so accurate. And you know what? That's totally normal. Group conversations jump around, topics change fast. And here's a secret. You don't need to follow every single word.
Wait, what? Really?
Really? Think about it. Even native speakers zone out sometimes. Maybe they're thinking about something else. Maybe they didn't hear properly. It happens. The key is knowing how to jump back in when you're ready.
Okay, that actually makes me feel better. So we don't need to catch everything?
Nope. You just need to catch enough to contribute something meaningful. And we're going to teach you exactly how to do that today.
Love it. Okay, so let's talk about the fear of interrupting, because Mike, this is a big one for me. In my culture, interrupting is considered rude, you know? So when I'm in a group conversation, I wait for the perfect moment to speak, and that moment never comes.
Oh, Sarah, I'm so glad you brought this up because this is a massive cultural difference that confuses so many English learners.
Right? Like in American or British group conversations, people interrupt each other constantly. And at first, I thought everyone was being rude. But then I realized, oh, that's just how they communicate.
Exactly. In English-speaking cultures, especially in casual settings, interrupting isn't always rude. It's actually a sign that you're engaged, you're interested, you're part of the conversation.
But there's a right way to interrupt and a wrong way, correct?
Absolutely. You can't just jump in and completely change the topic or ignore what someone was saying. There's an art to it.
Okay, so teach us. How do we interrupt politely in English?
All right, so here's the technique. You use what I call bridging phrases. These are little expressions that connect to what someone just said, but allow you to add your point. For example, someone's talking about their vacation in Italy, right? You can say, "Oh, that reminds me," or "Wait, I actually went to Italy too," or "Oh my God, similar thing happened to me."
Oh, I see. So you're not just randomly jumping in, you're connecting your thought to theirs.
Exactly. You're building on the conversation, not breaking it. Another great phrase is, "Can I just add something quickly?" Or, "Here's another way to look at it."
Those sound so natural and probably way better than just sitting there silently waiting for your turn that never comes.
Yes, because here's the brutal truth. In a group of chatty people, if you wait for complete silence before you speak, you might never speak.
So true. Oh, and Mike, what about when two people start talking at the exact same time? That always makes me panic.
Ah, yes, the awkward overlap. Okay, so this happens to everyone, and there's actually a really simple social rule here. Usually both people stop, there's a tiny pause, and then one person says, "Oh, sorry, go ahead," or No, you first."
Right, I've heard that.
And here's the thing. If you were one of the people who started talking, don't just go silent and awkward. Smile, laugh a little, and either offer them the floor by saying, "You go ahead." Or if they offer it to you, just say, "Thanks," and continue. Keep it light, keep it friendly.
Okay, so the key is not to make it a big deal.
Exactly. It's a tiny moment, not a crisis. Native speakers handle it in like 2 seconds and move on.
Love that. All right, let's talk about another scary scenario. Walking into a group conversation that's already happening, like everyone's already talking, they're mid-story, and you just arrive. What do you do?
Ooh, good question. So first thing, don't just stand there like a ghost. That makes it more awkward for everyone.
Guilty. I've totally done that.
Most of us have. So here's what you do. You approach the group, make eye contact with one or two people, give a little smile or wave, and someone will usually acknowledge you. They might pause and say, "Hey," or they might just shift a little to make space for you in the circle.
Okay, and then what? Do you ask what they're talking about?
You can. Totally fine to say, "Hey guys, what I miss?" or "What are we talking about?" But honestly, sometimes you can just listen for 30 seconds to a minute and figure it out yourself.
Right, like catch the vibe first.
Exactly. And if someone's in the middle of a story, definitely don't interrupt them. Just listen, maybe nod or react with expressions, and then when there's a natural pause, you can contribute.
That makes sense.
Oh, and what if you join a group and you have no idea what they're talking about? Like they're discussing some movie you haven't seen or some person you don't know?
Great question. So you have two options. Option one, be honest. You can say, "Oh, I haven't seen that movie. What's it about?" People usually love explaining stuff. Or option two, just listen and learn. You might pick up something interesting.
Yeah, and sometimes just being a good listener is enough, right? You don't always have to talk.
Absolutely. In fact, being a good listener makes you more likable. People appreciate someone who actually pays attention.
Okay, so we've covered mindset, interrupting politely, and joining conversations. Mike, let's talk about staying in the conversation, because sometimes I join fine, but then 10 minutes later, I'm lost again.
Yes. Okay, so staying engaged is all about active participation. And this doesn't mean you have to talk constantly. It means showing through your body language and reactions that you're present.
So, like nodding, smiling, eye contact?
Yes, and little verbal reactions too. Things like, "Really? No way. Oh, wow, that's crazy." These tiny responses keep you in the conversation without requiring you to say something profound.
Oh, I like that. So you're participating without the pressure of constructing perfect sentences.
Exactly. And here's another pro tip. Ask follow-up questions. If someone says they went hiking last weekend, you can ask, "Where did you go?" Or, "Was it difficult?" Simple questions show you're listening and they keep the conversation going.
That's actually easier than trying to share your own story, right?
Much easier, and it takes the pressure off you while making the other person feel heard. Win-win.
Okay, I love all of this so far. But Mike, we need to talk about the biggest fear. What if you completely lose track of the conversation? Like you zoned out for a minute and now everyone's laughing about something and you have no idea what just happened.
Ah, yes, the panic moment. Okay, first of all, don't fake it. Don't fake laugh or pretend you know what's going on. People can tell.
So what do?
You ask, but you do it smoothly. You can say something like, "Wait, I missed that. What happened?" Or, "Hold on, I got distracted for a second. Would you say?" People will usually quickly recap for you.
And that's not embarrassing?
Not at all. It happens all the time. Sometimes conversations are happening in noisy places, or someone was talking to you while someone else was telling a story. It's normal to miss things.
Okay, that's reassuring. All right, Mike, I think we've covered a lot in this first part. Should we summarize before moving to part 2?
Great idea. So everyone, here's what we've learned so far. Group conversations don't require perfection. Native speakers mess up, lose track, and interrupt each other all the time. The key is to stay relaxed. Use bridging phrases to enter conversations smoothly. Be an active listener with reactions and follow-up questions. And if you get lost, just ask for a quick recap.
Love it. And remember, guys, this is a skill. You're not going to master it overnight, but with practice, it gets so much easier.
Absolutely. Now let's move into part 2, where we're going to give you specific strategies and phrases you can use in different types of group conversations.
All right, everyone, welcome to part 2. Now we're getting into the really practical stuff.
Yes. So, Sarah, let's start with different types of group conversations because they're not all the same, right?
Oh, definitely not. Like, a work meeting is totally different from a casual dinner with friends.
Exactly. So let's break this down. First scenario, professional group settings like meetings or networking events. These have different rules than casual hangouts.
Right, because in professional settings, there's usually more structure, like maybe one person is leading the discussion or people take turns presenting ideas.
Exactly. So in these situations, here's the strategy. Pay attention to the flow of the meeting. Usually there's an agenda or a clear topic. Wait for natural pauses, like when someone finishes their point, or when the leader asks, "Any thoughts?" or "Does anyone have questions?"
Okay, so you're waiting for invitation moments.
Yes. And when you do speak, Start with a connector phrase, something like, building on what John just said, or I'd like to add to that point, or here's another perspective.
Ooh, those sound professional.
They are, and they show you were listening. Another great phrase for meetings is, if I may offer a suggestion, or can I share an observation?
I like those. They're polite, but confident.
Exactly. Now here's a pro tip for professional group settings. If you're not ready to share a full idea, you can contribute by asking clarifying questions, like, just to make sure I understand, are you saying, or could you elaborate on that last point?
Oh, that's smart. Because you're participating without having to present some groundbreaking idea.
Right, and it shows you're engaged and thinking critically. Now, let's contrast that with casual group conversations, like friends at a restaurant or a party. Totally different energy.
Yes, way more chaotic, way more fun.
Exactly. So in casual settings, the rules are looser. People talk over each other. Topics jump around. There's laughter. Side conversations happening.
It can feel overwhelming.
It can, but here's the secret. You don't need to be the loudest person in the room. You can be the person who makes smart, funny, or interesting comments when the moment's right.
Okay, so quality over quantity.
Absolutely. I'd rather say 3 good things in a conversation than 20 forgettable things. So let's talk about how to spot your moment. First, listen for conversation lulls, like someone finishes a story, people laugh, and there's a brief pause before the next topic starts.
Oh, that's your window.
That's your window. You can either ask a follow-up question about what was just said or smoothly introduce a related topic. For example, if someone was talking about a bad experience at a restaurant, you could say, "Oh man, that reminds me of this time I went to..."
Right, you're keeping it relevant.
Exactly. Another great entry point is when someone mentions something you have knowledge about or experience with. Like if they're talking about traveling to Japan and you've been there, that's your moment. You can say, "Oh, I went to Japan last year. Where did you go?"
Yes, and then suddenly you're part of the conversation.
Exactly. Now, let's talk about a tricky situation. What if the group splits into multiple conversations, like 5 people at a table, but now 2 people are talking about sports on one side and 3 people are talking about work on the other side?
Oh, that's so confusing. Which conversation do you join?
Great question. So first, don't try to listen to both. That's impossible and you'll just get frustrated. Pick the one that interests you more or the one you can contribute to and focus on that.
Okay, and what if you're physically stuck in the middle? Like you're sitting between both conversations?
The worst position. All right, so you have a few options. Option 1, turn your body slightly toward the conversation you want to join. Body language helps signal which conversation you're part of.
Right, like physically orienting yourself.
Yes. Option 2, if you're really stuck, you can participate in whichever conversation directly involves you or addresses you. And option 3, sometimes you can be the bridge. You hear something interesting in one conversation and connect it to the other. Like, "Oh, hey, that reminds me of what you guys were just saying."
Ooh, so you merge the conversations.
Sometimes, if it feels natural, but don't force it. Split conversations are normal and okay.
All right, let's talk about humor in group conversations because, Mike, this is where I really struggle. Like, everyone's joking and laughing, and I want to be funny too, but I'm scared I'll say something that doesn't land.
Oh man, humor is tough, even for native speakers, because what's funny to one person might not be funny to another. But here's the thing, you don't need to be the comedian of the group.
Really?
Really, sometimes just laughing genuinely at other people's jokes makes you more likable than trying to one-up them with your own joke.
Interesting.
But if you do want to contribute humor, here's my advice. Start small, like instead of trying to tell a full joke or story, make a quick witty observation or a playful comment about what someone just said.
Like what? Give me an example.
Okay, so let's say someone says, "Ugh, I had to wake up at 5 a.m. today." You could say something like, 5 a.m.? I didn't even know that existed. It's light, it's playful, and it doesn't require perfect delivery.
Okay, I can do that. What about sarcasm? Because I've noticed native speakers use sarcasm a lot in groups.
Yes, they do. But, Sarah, be careful with sarcasm if you're not super confident yet. Sarcasm requires good timing and tone, and if it's misunderstood, it can be awkward.
Right, like it might come across as rude instead of funny?
Exactly. So my advice, stick with genuine humor, funny observations, or light teasing that's clearly playful. Save the sarcasm for when you're more comfortable with the group.
Got it. Okay, next challenge. What if you say something and no one reacts? Like you make a comment and everyone just keeps talking like you didn't say anything.
Ooh, the dreaded ignored comment. Okay, this happens to everyone, even native speakers.
It does?
Yes, sometimes you say something and the timing's off, or people didn't hear you, or the conversation moved too fast. It's not personal.
So what do? Do you repeat yourself?
Depends. If you said something important and you think people genuinely didn't hear you, you can say it again louder, or say, "Hey guys, real quick," and then repeat. But if it was just a casual comment, sometimes it's better to just let it go and wait for the next opportunity.
Okay, so don't make a big deal out of it.
Exactly. The more you stress about one ignored comment, the more you'll psych yourself out for the next one. Just move on.
All right, speaking of moving on, let's talk about how to gracefully exit a group conversation. Because, Mike, sometimes you need to leave, but you don't want to be rude.
Yes. Okay, so here's the polite way to exit. First, wait for a natural pause in the conversation. Don't interrupt someone mid-story.
Right, timing is key.
Exactly. Then you can say something like, "Hey guys, I'm gonna grab a drink, I'll be right back." Or, "All right everyone, I need to head out, but this was great." Or even, "Excuse me for a second, I need to make a quick phone call."
And that's not rude?
Not at all, especially if you smile and acknowledge the group. You can even add, "It was great chatting with you all," or "We should continue this later."
Okay, so you're being warm and friendly about it.
Exactly. The key is acknowledgement. Don't just disappear silently, but also don't make a huge dramatic exit that disrupts the whole conversation.
Perfect. All right, Mike, let's wrap this up with final power tips. What are your top 3 pieces of advice for mastering group conversations?
Ooh, okay. Number 1, practice active listening. This means really paying attention, not just waiting for your turn to talk. When you truly listen, you'll naturally find moments to contribute because you'll hear openings.
Love that.
Number 2, be okay with silence. You don't need to fill every pause. Sometimes the best thing you can do is just observe and learn how the group dynamics work.
Good one.
And number 3, remember that everyone in that group conversation has felt awkward at some point. Even the most confident native speaker has had moments where they didn't know what to say or felt left out. You're not alone in this.
That's actually really comforting. Okay, my turn. My 3 tips. Number 1, start with questions. If you're nervous about contributing, asking genuine questions is the easiest way to participate without pressure.
Great tip.
Number 2, use those reaction phrases we talked about earlier. Really? No way. That's amazing. These keep you in the conversation and they're super easy to use.
Yes.
And number 3, practice in low-stakes situations first. Like, don't make your first group conversation attempt at an important work dinner. Start with friends, casual settings, places where messing up doesn't matter.
Such good advice, Sarah. You know what? I think we should give everyone a homework assignment.
Oh, yes. Okay, everyone, here's your challenge. This week, join at least one group conversation. It could be with coworkers during lunch, with friends, at a social event, anywhere. And we want you to practice just one technique we taught today. Just one.
Exactly. Don't try to do everything at once. Pick one thing. Maybe it's using a bridging phrase to join the conversation, or asking a follow-up question, or giving those verbal reactions. Just one technique.
And then tell us how it went. Drop a comment below and let us know. Did it work? Was it awkward? We want to hear your real experiences.
Yes. And remember, every native speaker you see confidently navigating group conversations, they've had thousands of practice opportunities. They've messed up, felt awkward, said stupid things, but they kept going.
So true. You're not behind, you're just learning. And we're here to help you every step of the way.
Absolutely. All right, everyone, that's it for today's masterclass. We covered so much, from mindset shifts to specific phrases, from professional settings to casual hangouts and everything in between.
If you found this helpful, please hit that like button. It really helps us reach more English learners like you.
And if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? We drop new videos every single day to help you become a confident, fluent English speaker.
Turn on notifications too so you never miss an upload.
All right, we'll see you in the next video. Until then, go out there and practice those group conversation skills.
You've got this. Bye, everyone.
See you soon. Take care.